Well, we weren't expecting this. Superman 2025, James Gunn's masterpiece, or whatever it is. We were wrong. Critical drinker, please don't gloat.
Welcome to Creator's Head Studio. I'm Tom Marcoux, feature film producer, director, screenwriter, and novelist.
And I'm Jon Colton, creator of ColtonComics.com and writer of Paul Bunyan versus Dracula.
But in terms of where I feel I was wrong, is I thought I was going to feel better at the end of seeing the film.
I saw it twice in the theaters. I wanted to see it 4 or 5 times in the theater.
Okay.
And had I liked it that much, I probably would have taken my kids. You could have got $400 out of me,
Right.
but you only got 100.
Right.
Like,
Well, I'm with you on that. And not only that, though, but the Christopher Reeve one, and I didn't even like Superman. I was into the Batman. So
Yeah.
when the Christopher Reeve one came out, I saw it 6 times at the theater.
and we're target audience, right?
Mhm.
Like we wanted to
We
go
are
see it.
definitely target audience.
We
Yes.
wanted to see it multiple times in the theater. We were hoping for it. So Superman in the comic books,
Yes.
he's controlled.
Ah.
And we've talked about this before. His
Mhm.
greatest power is his self-control.
Restraint. Yes.
And the Superman that we saw in this movie did a whole lot of yelling. He was like an angsty junior high kid.
Uh-huh.
And Superman has manners
You're right.
and control.
Yes.
And I think
You got
that
that from
might
Mom and
not
Pa
be.
Ken.
Yeah, right. And his nickname is the Blue Boy Scout.
Right.
I wanted more of that.
Mm-hmm.
For everything else being comic book true, that was the comic book true thing that was missing.
Okay.
It's important because it's part of the character.
Okay.
The flying.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Uh,
I was not a fan of the flying. I
so
was
kind
not.
of like the John Williams score,
Mm-hmm.
the Richard Donner version of Superman flying,
Mm-hmm.
that works. You slow it down a bit, you make it look dynamic
Mm-hmm.
and beautiful and graceful. And, I get it. Sometimes he's flying at almost the speed of light, and that's fine too in those moments. A few slow, graceful flybys would have been really cool.
Right. You didn't get that sense of majesty and strength and steadiness. And it's almost like when Superman is really happening, he's almost like the good father or the good elder brother. He's the one you can count on. He's steady. He's sure. He won't melt down in terms emotionally.
Right. It seemed like he was screaming all the time in this movie.
Right.
Like he's screaming at Guy Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
He's screaming at Lois Lane, at Lex
Mm-hmm.
Luthor, where he's yelling at Lois Lane.
Oops.
It kind of made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Because it was just wrong. It's like he's somebody who can bench press 100 tons and is bulletproof. Him being that emotional is just really dangerous.
Well, yeah.
And
But
yeah,
I hear you. In my circle, they were complaining about that. The whole crypto thing was just nuts because he's a menace.
this is out of character. Like Superman would not be this irresponsible of a dog owner.
Right.
But then, at the end, of course, it's Supergirl's dog.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, that makes sense. Now that's acceptable.
Okay, let's pause this criticism fest. Let's talk about good stuff in this film.
But there were a lot of things that were 100% right
Mm-hmm.
that James Gunn knocked out of the park because, I took my family to see it,
Mm-hmm.
and my girls that are 10 and 12 loved
Mm-hmm.
it.
Oh.
And for all I know, this might be their Christopher Reeve Superman movie. Things that he got absolutely right. David Cornsweet, I
With you.
thought he was brilliant.
Okay, cool.
He had that farm boy
Mm-hmm.
type charm,
Yes.
and he got to play both Clark Kent
Mm-hmm.
and Superman. Number two, Crypto, the super dog.
I was there. Yeah.
I thought it added heart and humor.
Yes. One of my favorite shots in cinema is Superman is hurt and he's back home and he's in his bed and the camera pulls out from him being asleep, and Crypto's on his chest. Like, wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm waiting, and it was beautiful. That was a home run. And not only that, he's completely CGI, but I forgot about it. I didn't think
Yeah.
about him being
Yeah,
CGI.
no, it was so well done
Yes.
that it worked.
So number 3.
The optimism and the hopeful tone. Number 4, Lex Luthor.
Okay. Yeah. He worked.
Terrifying. Also, comic booking it up.
Yeah.
There was robots. There was kaiju.
Yeah.
There was the Fortress of Solitude in all its glory. There was the Justice Gang, which a lot of people criticized. They felt like there was too many characters and too much going on. But no, it was fine. Number 6, Lois Lane really worked for me. The actress was brilliant, and
yes, Rachel.
She got to, play the character again, comic book accurate,
right,
determined,
Pulitzer Prize winning journalist.
Yeah, and smart in all the right ways.
Yes, Lois Lane, excellent. And in fact, with her comment about this is someone from our circle. This is a great actress, Tiffany Lefler. So Tiffany, what's your experience of Lois Lane in this film?
Rachel was absolutely fabulous as the character of Lois Lane. I'm such a big Rachel fan, as she was in The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and, just to see her on this other side, right? Not the comedic side, but this side where she's a reporter, and especially the scene whenever she is the reporter and she's trying to get a story from Superman. And she just did that so beautifully, and you could just see the work between the two actors was phenomenal. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Excellent. And Tiffany, you have a connection to this actress, Rachel. That is, Rachel had this terrific monologue in the show, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and you do that monologue. So please share that with us.
I want a big life. I want to experience everything. I want to break every single rule. They say that ambition is an unattractive trait in a woman. Well, maybe. But you know what's really unattractive? Waiting on something to happen. Sitting there, looking out your window, wishing that the life that you had is out there somewhere, but being unafraid to go get it, even when someone tells you that you can't. Being a coward is only cute in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's terrific. What great work. Tiffany, you do so well. And speaking about doing well, at this time, now we're performers, we're creators, and you, the viewer, you're probably a performer or creator. And to be effective now, you got to take care of your relationships. That's where all the connections happen. That's where all the success happens. And I've got this terrific course for you called Resilience with Relationships. Check it out. What if you could elevate your life? Actually have what you want in terms of joy, happiness, fulfillment, and be strong and resilient. My course is Resilience with Relationships. You'll learn how to create relationships, support those relationships, maintain those relationships, and even to get out of relationships that are not good for you so that you can stay strong and resilient. Now, people have gotten so much value. I've worked with so many audiences, thousands of people, thousands of students, over 5,000 students.
And it was the most delightful and entertaining and knowledgeable presentation I've ever had the chance to listen to.
And he's very skilled.
I'm excited to tell you that I just won the grand prize at the Igniter Summit here in Bangkok, and my heartfelt gratitude to Tom Marcoux for giving me those essential tips.
Plus some new ideas that are sort of more modern and 21st century.
It was amazing. It has helped me solidify my thoughts. I feel like I have a better process now.
Really, really helpful, and I would recommend that everybody take a workshop with Tom. It will help you so much.
My best material is in this course, Resilience with Relationships. You'll be able to solidify relationships and to protect your team, yourself, and your family. Get this opportunity right now. Take this course.
Number 7, using the John Williams score. If something absolutely works, you don't throw it out just to do something fresh.
Okay.
It's already perfect. Yeah, you grab it.
Right.
That was just really wise.
In my earlier days, I've composed music for feature film. I've also been in a band, lead singer and songwriter, etc. So music is a big thing. They also did something amazing. They pulled out three notes from within the John Williams thing and they elevated it. So it's completely feeling like this is Superman, but they found something. And when they even use the choir using these three notes, it's extraordinary. I've got three things that I feel that this film did, and it did it well. The first thing, if you're going to do something as a filmmaker, and I had a conversation recently with one of my friends, and he mentioned one idea. He said he remembers emotional connection pieces of the film. That's what he's going to remember, the emotional connection, something that's heartfelt. So my second idea is power up the heart. I think it completely nailed the ending, which, by the way, is my third idea, is that you got to land the ending. If you land the ending, then stuff in the middle can be forgiven. Okay, stuff can be forgiven if you land the ending. So the ending combined the heart and was terrific. I will always remember that, and this is also, as screenwriters, we know this, there's also structure happening here. In the beginning, he is comforted by who he feels are his parents, that is his Kryptonian parents. But at the end, he's comforted by images of his growing up, who his real parents are, which are Ma and Pa Kent. And that's power up the heart and also land the ending. And then the first thing, you've already kind of hinted at all this, is deliver the essentials. It's a comic book movie. Somebody's got to punch somebody. It's essential. That's what we're here for. We're here for the thrill. We're here for the triumph. We're here for the action. We're here for the energy. We're here for the roller coaster ride. And this is something that I really feel that he delivered. And I think it was a risk. I mean, we start off the film that Superman got his rear end handed to him. He got beat up. Now it makes complete sense, spoiler alert, that he was beat up by himself or his clone. So of course he got beat up. But
and I'll say he did it the right way, because he made Superman, right? Like he's taking on kaiju and all that,
right?
But at the same time, you don't want to make him 100% indestructible, untouchable to the point that it's boring.
Right.
And he found that right balance.
But in terms of where I feel I was wrong, is I thought I was going to feel better at the end of seeing the film. I thought I was going to go, that was fantastic. Oh, I feel really good. Now, when I think about certain moments, like when he's talking with his father, Pa Kent, and the father says something that many people may not have ever heard, which is, I'm proud of you.
Right.
So you're made of your choices, something like that. It's so genuine and so real. And that was terrific. That was a great, great moment. And that elevates the film. Like some films, when you think about them, you start to feel worse about them. Like, oh, now that I think about it, it was even worse than what I thought. So sometimes when I think about this film, I start to feel better about it. If I think about that moment, or I think about the moment, which was, people sometimes have a hassle with dialogue that sounds like a speech. But I was there with the Superman character, this version at this time in his existence, where he said that I'm human. Every morning I get up, I just try to put my one foot in front of the other. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I just put one foot in front of the other. And it's like, that's humanity. That's a very human Superman. And he's doing his best, but he starts from a space of wanting to do good.
I might butcher the line, but it was, when he says, kindness is the real punk rock.
Yeah.
And I just
rebel.
That's, to me, that was the heart of Superman. It's stated a little differently.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of a fresh spin on the idea of the character, but that's it.
Yeah.
He cares, and he's doing what he can to make a difference and to make the world a better, safer place in whatever way he can. And that's his call to all of us.
Now, back to Tiffany. She is terrific. She's also 6'1". And when I met her, I thought, hey, here's a terrific actress. And sometimes, actors are short. So sometimes it's kind of hard to get cast if you're 6'1" and an actress. So I came up with this idea: act tall. You never give up on a dream, and that's how you act tall. Check out this T-shirt. Is this the Superman that we were hoping for? And I think you have something to say about that. This Superman didn't deliver in certain ways,
If I had to give it a grade, I'd give it a B.
and I'd give it a B plus.
To end on a positive note,
Yes,
I'm there for part two. I want to see it. I want to see what's next,
good.
you know? And hopefully, I think the box office for part two is going to be substantially bigger than it was for one,
Okay.
because people are going to watch this on streaming and everywhere
Yes.
else. And then there will be some audience buildup. And I think you're also right that this might be one of those movies that, you know, upon the third or fourth viewing, you get an even greater appreciation for it. So
All
fingers
good.
crossed, you know.
All right. Thank you. Catch you
Thank
folks next
you.
time.